All right, guys, back out here working on the Seadoo GTX DI. So if you guys noticed, I've got the pistons pulled off. It was kind of a pain in the butt on the one that had burnt up. Trying to get that clip out was a little tough, but if you got a good set, some decent small picks, something kind of like this is what I used. I was finally able to get underneath it and get it popped out. So got the pistons off. Everything else looks good. I really checked down inside here on my crank, made sure everything looked good. These feel solid. There's not a lot of play in them. I could be, there could be issues down there. It's kind of hard to tell. Doing just a visual and kind of a feel, I guess, for it. Everything feels good on the lower end. There's no like grinding or any spots when you're turning it over or anything. So I think everything in the lower end is good. Time will tell, but right now I think we're good. So we're going to put it back together the way it is. I took out the paper towels. Everything down in there looks decent. I don't see any major, nothing down here on the crank or anything where it looks like metal or anything got down into it. So I think we're good with that. So we'll get that gasket pulled off of there and start prepping that. We'll get the pistons put on and that type of thing and get started. Here's the piston I pulled out. Yeah, pretty rough. So the other one didn't look bad at all. Probably still usable. So not too bad, just some carbon buildup. The bearings actually in this piston were still decent. Here they were not. This definitely got hot. The bearings were actually stuck and all messed up inside of here. So they're all down there now, all the needle bearings, but it did come off. It was just a little harder than it should have been. So if you guys watched the last video, I got all the scarring out of here. It's actually on that side. Super clean now. Sorry, the lighting is not the greatest in here, but got both these honed. What I'm gonna do next, I've got my kit here. This is, you guys can see that, it's a Seadoo WSM, basically top end kit. So it comes with your rings, clips, pistons. Down on the bottom, it's got the gaskets. It's got a, it also has new bearings and your pin here for your piston and your arm. So it comes with all that new. So basically everything you need to do a top end. Again, like I said, all the gaskets and everything. So like I said, what I'm going to do now is check for my end gap here. So one thing I did notice when I was going through the paperwork, you guys can see down there, well, maybe Seadoo all 0.01 to 0.018 on the ring end gap. If you go look at the manual here, you've got your new parts, engine measurement. You've also got your wear limits. So if you go down through here, the very last one is my motor, which is the 947 direct DI, and you've got 0.55 to 0.7 and 0.02 to 0.028, and up to 1.1 millimeters for end gap, which, yeah, I'm not real sure kind of where those numbers are coming up. Yeah, because none of it matches. So even if you go up here and you look at your, here's your cylinder wall clearances. So this is 0.12. Am I on the right one? Yeah. So 0.12 millimeters, where is 0.2. And if you go up here to your cylinder wall, you've got 0.0045 to 0.005, which again doesn't even fit on whether you're looking at it in millimeters or inches. So yeah, I'm a little lost as to why this is so far off, but I'm gonna go with the manual. If you guys are looking for this, you can actually get this manual online. It's free, print it out. If I can find a link to it, because basically if you just search it, it'll pop up. It's one of the first things. So it's just the shop manual. It's pretty decent. It gives you all of your torque specs. I mean, basically everything you're going to need to put this back together. So you got all your top end stuff here. I mean, it tells you kind of on your, the other thing it does tell you, like on your rave valves, what those clearances are, because there's another deal here that talks about you must follow your power valves down if you're going 0.5 over. So it does, the book also tells you kind of where you need to be. So I'm going to follow all that. I am doing standard bore, but I do have a rave valve that's a little goofy. So I'll have to figure out if I can clean that one up, or if I need to, I think it's this one here, or if I need to, actually, see the other one, if I need to just clean them up, or if I need to get a new one. So I'll figure all that out after I get this put together. But we'll get started here. I'm gonna go get my filler gauges, and we'll see what my in gap will be on these two, because I'm really not sure. Since I've honed this out a little bit, I don't want that to be too over my limits here. So I'll get that, I'll show you how to do that, and we'll cut back here in just a second. I'm gonna shove them all the way down to that ring. So both of them at the same place. And we'll try this one more time here just to compare the two. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get these filler gauges back out here, the two I had. Sticking them side by side here, and we'll see kind of what I've got. So this one here would be good. This one, on the other hand, man, it's actually good. It's so what I'm doing is I'm adding up. I'm coming up with that. Well, I'm not even going that far. So I would be going to 1 millimeter is what I had added together. Just then, you guys could see I couldn't get the 1 millimeter in at all here. Which I am not, as of right in there, I can't even get, sorry guys, I'm not even recording where I'm supposed to, but right there I can't even get 6 in. So maybe I'm okay. Let me see. But definitely on this one I'm getting 6 in, but I can't. Let me add 1 to it here. Let's go to, so this would be 0.8 roughly. So we'll stack those up. And let me see here. And it won't go. So I think we're close enough within spec here. Hopefully to make this work. We'll find out, I guess, when I do a compression test, but I think we're close enough. We're definitely under the wear limits, and we are for sure within new tolerances, and we would be probably right on that. Probably, to be honest, probably about 0.65 is probably where we're at on the 1 cylinder, and we're probably right at that 0.55 on the first cylinder. So I don't have a 0.5, I got a 0.52, I think is what mine goes to for some reason, and it fits. So kind of give you guys an idea on how you do this. Again, I wish I had some bigger filler gauges, but this is what I've got. So this one would be my, sorry, it's 0.502. So, and it fits. But if I jump up to the 6 here, yeah, it actually does, barely. Maybe if I get these turned around here, right? Yeah, it's tight. Like I can feel it grabbing right there, but it does go. So this one's probably pretty close, just over 0.6. This one's actually going to be a little over that, but so if I go to the 0.6 and the 0.1, it gives me 0.7. It doesn't doesn't quite go. So yeah, I'm gonna go with it. We'll see what the compression is. Hopefully everything will be decent. Well, I can't use that one. One of these I bent at some point. This is actually what I use to set points, so that's why the end of that's bent. So I really can't add them together very well. But that one's under. It's like 0.0 something. So anyway, I'm going to run it at this. We're going to clean all this up, get my pistons put together. We'll get them on, and we'll clean the gaskets off, and we'll see what happens. So I'll quit rambling, and we'll get on to putting this motor together. All right, guys. So I'm back. It's another day. Took me a little bit. I didn't have quite everything I needed to get these this gasket off. So I've got everything cleaned up here. As you guys can see, got everything taken off. One thing I'm gonna do here, and mostly just because I don't know if you guys can see that, I don't know how much that corrosion and pitting right through here is gonna affect. So I don't think there's anywhere for it to go. I think these bolts dead out, and I mean you got a good seal all through here, so I don't think it's gonna matter. But I'm gonna put just a touch of some RV right in this groove, or some either that or some like a tag gasket right just through here, and then I will drop my gasket here down on top of that. I've got it set up here. It's only one way this thing can go on, so it's pretty straightforward. I've got this surface all cleaned, ready to go as well. Kind of the way I do that, or what I've found to be the best: take a razor blade, scrape off what you can, take a rag and some carb cleaner or brake cleaner, and you can pretty much go with that. If you guys have got access to one of these little wheels, they do help a little, but to be honest, they're not that abrasive, so you kind of want to be careful if you go with anything much more than that, but they do work and help kind of get some of that junk and crap off. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm going to get the RV, put a little dab on both of those spots. The next step will be to get my pistons here. Both pistons are here. Sorry, a bunch of junk thrown up here. So both pistons are here, and clips. So I'm going to start that process, getting these pistons put on, getting all that lined up, and then we will basically put the cylinders on here and go from there. So I will cut back here in just a second when I start putting this all back together. All right, guys, I'm going to start here on the front piston. Basically, make sure you got a rag stuff down in here. You want to make sure it's nice and covered. And you need to make sure this is clean. So I've got my rag here. Just wipe that out good. Make sure it's nice and clean. Then you're going to take a little bit of engine oil, which I may not be able to do this all while holding the camera. We'll see. I'm actually going to just dab it on this rag here. Sorry guys, I'll cut back here in a second. So I got a little bit of engine oil. I'm gonna squirt that. You kind of see that there. So I got a little bit of engine oil on there. And then I'm gonna take my needle bearings. I'm gonna kind of roll them in it here. Get them nice and coated. I'll probably add a little more to this before it's said and done, but kind of want to get the bases of them here nice and coated. So like I said, I'll put probably a little more on my finger here and get a little more oil up inside the underside of these. Get those nice and done. Then I'm going to put a clip in on, let me flip this over. So the piston's going to go this way. The arrow is going to point towards the exhaust. The exhaust is on my side. You guys can see the air intake side is on the other side. So arrow there points towards me. So I'm actually going to put my retaining clip on this side and start again. I'm gonna oil this up, shove it through the other side, and we'll show the process of putting this piston on. I'll kind of cut back here in just a second. Let me get this all oiled up and lubed good. You want to make sure you got plenty of oil on your bearings as well as on your piston, everything here. So I'm going to get everything oiled up and lubed good, and I'll cut back when I start putting this together. All right, guys, I didn't video that just because if any of you have put these stupid clips on, they are a complete pain in the ass. So I've got this piston's in. I just got to cover it up here. I don't want my clip going down in there. So I've got the clip on the inside, got it all shoved together here, and currently I am trying to put this outside one here. And yeah, there's not really a good way to do this, guys. I mean, you just kind of gotta work through it and just, I guess, hold your fingers and your toes right, because it either goes or it don't. So it's currently what I'm working on. I'm getting close to getting this one on. That's all I lack is this one lock pin, or this one clip here, and then we'll be ready to stick the gasket on and get the jugs on it. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Thought I'd show this. Like I said, I didn't video it just because it's literally the biggest pain in the butt. There's not really a good way to do it. If you got, I think they make special tools, but if you're doing it yourself, it's a pain. Kind of what I guess what I do is I put this side here down, start it, work it around, and then take a flat blade screwdriver and try to squeeze it together until it pops in. Try not to stab yourself. That's about the best I can tell you. So, and yeah, it's a pain in the butt. So anyway, I'll cut back when I get this put on and show you what's from there. All right, guys, I'm gonna add to the end of this video, and it's where I'm gonna leave it tonight, because I screwed up when I installed these pistons, and to be honest, after getting those clips and everything put on, I'm kind of at a point where I really don't care to mess with it much more tonight. But I don't know how much of a difference it'll make, but for whatever reason, I thought the exhaust was on the opposite side of my intake. I was wrong. These should have been pointed upward, which then would put these little notches here that tell you where to line your rings on the other side. I don't know that it really makes a difference looking at the skirting on the pistons. I'm not sure, but I am having a hell of a time as well getting these collapsed and into my cylinders inside the motor here by myself. So I think I'm going to pull them back off, turn them around. Once I get them turned around here, then I think I'm gonna get a circlip tool to help me put those back on rather than sit here and struggle with it. If that don't work, my next step would be to possibly pull this motor out. I don't know what all it takes. I think there's just a couple bolts down there to take it out, but yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do. I think, like I said, I think I can pop these off and try again. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. So I'll pull these loose and go again. But for now, I'm gonna end the video here until either I get the tool or decide what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some research. If it doesn't really matter what direction that piston is, then I'm going to attempt to put this all back together. And go from there. Like I said, I'm struggling right now to get the rings to collapse enough to get them in the cylinder wall. So that's kind of where I'm at. But anyway, yeah, we'll see what I figure out, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, I was going to end that video there, but I went ahead and pulled this back off. So there's actually notches in those rings. So you don't have a choice. You got to pull this off. They got to be facing here, or they potentially can get into those ports. You got to turn around the other way, and you cannot put it in the other direction. That's why I was not able to get these in. You can't squeeze the rings because there are, if I can find, maybe find my old piston here. Actually, I think it's out in the other, it might be out in the other building. No, here it is. Let me see if I can show you this. No, my clips are there. Sorry. So what I'm talking about, okay, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's actually a spot there where that ring actually has to go. So the other one should be right here. So if I spin this ring on around here, you guys will see that that groove, this actually will line up against, and there's kind of an indentation right there that hits on. I don't know if you guys probably can't see that, but yeah, it literally stopped right there. So if you don't have that piston right, or those rings right there, you cannot fully collapse them. So if you get it wrapped around and over the top here, this will not push down. I don't know if you guys can see that lip. That's as far as it'll go on that point. So that's why I was not able to put that together. Kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. So I got it pulled all back apart. I'm going to attempt to do it this way. I'm probably done for this evening. I need another set of hands, someone to hold this up there. I wish if I'd put these in the right way, I think this would have went together. I think I could have just slipped it in like I was trying to. I've never had issues before. I normally I could squeeze the rings by hand, get the first one on, and then do the second one. But yeah, these were being kind of a pain in the butt. And where this is at, like I said, most motors I've rebuilt, whether it's Sportsters, Harleys, that type of thing, they're a lot easier to get to. This is kind of a pain in the butt just because of where it sets in this engine and the angle. So kind of the plan is I'm gonna see if I can get somebody to come over, hold this in place. And then I can get these, at least get this part put together. And then once I get my wrist pins or guides on, I'll be in pretty good shape. Then I can worry about getting the clips on. I may go ahead and buy the tool because, man, getting these clips is literally a pain in the butt. So I did both outsides. Hopefully I can get to both of those. I mean, I got them on one side, I'll be able to get them on again. So that's kind of the plan. Leave that gasket on there, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. Again, I wanted to add to the end of this video because, hey, we all make mistakes at times. Again, for whatever dumb reason, I really thought that exhaust came up on this side. I'm not sure why. I just thought because the exhaust is over here that dropped down and went around, but no, it comes up and around that way. So yeah, my mistake cost me quite a bit of time, effort trying to get them on, and hey, it is what it is. So yeah, pull back off, do it right. But so far, this is all going together really, really nice. Yeah, I'm happy with how this is all pushing down in there. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm trying to push this one down, basically far enough down to where the pistons are in. And then I can slip my finger in here, slide that over, get my clip on this side, and then do this one. It's kind of the same. So that's the plan. But anyway, I'm going to leave it for tonight. And yeah, we'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.